In this entry, I'm just going to be showing you all of the beautiful things in the garden. I recorded most of this footage around August 3rd, August 4th, so that's what you're going to be seeing. This loofah has since gotten way bigger. You guys are going to be seeing that in the next entry, a little journal entry here, but the way that these flowers are growing in and around it, and the way that it's climbing the trellis, covering everything, is just so beautiful. The way the sun is coming through the leaves and the hyper green color that it brings was just so magical to me. And then these little tendrils and how they're constantly reaching for things to grab a hold of, just so fascinating to me. So as we come in, you see my one bed, and then it switches right here to this butterfly. And I'm just going to be quiet for a minute and let you guys just watch them. Is anybody else absolutely in awe of a butterfly and just how it behaves and just how strikingly beautiful almost every single part of the butterfly is? Here's a baby loofah. This was one of the first loofahs that came on, and then the zinnias that are all intermingled with the loofah in the loofah bed. There's also asparagus in there. Cosmos. Cosmos are one of the most beautiful additions to the garden. And here is that same flower that's open, and it just had this most beautiful coloring. You see how it's kind of purple on the tips, and then there's that deep rich magenta color with the pop of yellow. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful plant. I think these zinnias are growing in either my, oh no, these are just in the grass. These are just volunteers from last year. And then this little butterfly, I think it's a butterfly. It kind of behaves like a moth, but he or she was sleeping in this flower, and I just thought that was the cutest thing. This is a hibiscus that my grandmother-in-law gave me, and these are the seed pods for it, and I just thought that they looked so cool, and it's just so different. It's like nothing that you see in any other plant. This is a little calendula flower that's since opened and closed and kind of is on its last legs, but I just loved how it was sticking up there like a survivor. And then this is comfrey, and I grew up with comfrey. It's quite a nostalgic plant for me. My mom used to make comfrey salves and comfrey teas and stuff like that, so it just was a very sentimental thing for me to show that. And then these moonflowers, I think they're called moonflowers. I've also seen them referred to something else here in Virginia, but they're just weeds here, and they get massive. They grow so tall. Another butterfly visiting the lawn zinnias. And these zinnias are growing. I mean, they're not thriving, but they're still growing, and the butterflies love them. They love the ones that are in the lawn, as you can see. And here's another shot of the trellis at the front, which is amazing to see it now, because right now, as I'm recording this audio, it is September 12th, and so it looks a lot different now than it does back then, but I love it. This is why I'm doing these journal entries, because it just offers me the chance to be able to see just how far the garden has come and just the progress that happens, sometimes that you're not able to see when you're right there and right on top of it, but when you get back and you have a little bit of perspective, you get to be able to see just how much progress you've been making and the plants have been making. So it's a really fun thing to do. Little gnome and the marshmallow mushroom. Pretty sure this was zucchini. And then so elderberries are on the right, and then I just plopped some sweet potatoes. And when I say plopped sweet potatoes, like grocery store sweet potatoes, in on this mound by the tomatoes. And I was like, maybe may the odds be ever in your favor. And boy, are they ever just vining everywhere. And it's really, really amazing to witness, because there was one year, I think it was last year, I actually purchased sweet potato slips and did the whole thing, and they did terribly. And when I just plopped them in there, now they're doing amazing. Granted, I don't know if I'm gonna get any sweet potatoes. This morning was foggy and still. It was probably like 6 a.m. and it was just beautiful. And then I thought I would throw a little clip in here of Mama Chicken with her little chicks who had just figured out how to roost on the roosting pegs, and this little one was up underneath her.